Hi there, it's Chris Venn, and welcome to Marketing Mondays, and welcome to a new week. You know, I was having a conversation with an advisor last week, and we were talking about the difference between position and positioning, and there's a real difference in marketing, and it's an important one to understand. So position is the cold hard facts of who and what you are, and what's the condition of your business, and positioning is more aspirational. It's what is it you want it to be. So let me give you an example. Right now I'm standing in a parking lot. So the cold hard fact is I'm standing alone in a parking lot, but my positioning could be very, very different. My positioning could be I'm the only person in a parking lot, or I'm the only one who understands what all this paint on the asphalt means, or I'm the only one who understands how lighting systems are designed for parking lots, or I'm the only one who understands the best way to design parking lots to accommodate the most number of vehicles. The point is that I'm after some kind of statement that starts with the only. Now, caveat. This is not something you're going to say to the market, and this is not the kind of thing that compliance would be real happy about if you start saying, I'm the only advisor that does this, or the only advisor who does this. But the fact is that your market, your niche market or your potential niche market, eventually is going to say, oh, listen, you got to talk to so-and-so. They're the only one who really knows what they're doing in this space. And the only way they can get at that is if you have some clarity about it first. So your starting point is to understand what is that thing that you are the rock star at. You're the only one who really understands this in a way that other people need to understand. Because then you can start to express it. Because if I'm the only one who understands that what paint means in a parking lot, then it means my message is going to be something along the lines of, you've been shopping, you've gone near a bank, and outside of that bank in an empty flat space you see yellow lines on the road, and you've probably asked yourself, what are those lines? Well, those lines are there for a reason. They're there for you, and let me help you understand what those are about. Like, I know we're totally being cheesy about this, but the point is that you can start to own that positioning without saying it outright, but at some point you've got to declare, at least in your own head and with your own team, listen, we're the team for these people. We're the only ones who really understand how to make this work and how to make this fly. So here's what I want to encourage you to do this week. Start to give some thought about, if you were the only at something, this is a hypothetical, but if you were the only player in a certain space or with a certain skill, or you really wanted to own a space, what would it be, and how would you describe it? Because then you can start setting up your messaging so that it actually addresses that. So position is just the facts of who you are. And most advisors, frankly, the cold hard facts are, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of you arguably selling the same things in the eyes of the consumer, where it's very difficult to tell you apart. So every advisor out there almost is an also ran. Yep, just somebody else who's also in that space. But if you want to cut through that and start to become a real player in a certain niche market, then you've got to be able to name that market. You've got to be able to name that difference. You got to claim that positioning. And the starting point for it is in your own head. Welcome to a new week.